So you've just hoid a load of cash at Google for one of its spangly new Pixel 8 smartphones, and you want to make sure you get the most out of the bugger. Well, boy howdy, this is the video for you, because we're going to explore some of the most thigh-strokingly brilliant Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro features. From new tools like that thermometer, which I can never bloody spell, to those slick new camera bits. So brace yourself, hot tips incoming, and for more pixely shenanigans, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now let's start with some quick setup tips when you first get your Pixel 8. So when you first rip your Pixel 8 on out of the box, get it all set up, the first thing you'll want to do is personalize it. So long press on any space on that desktop and go to Wallpapers and Style. You can also find this in the settings menu. From here you can customize both the lock screen and the home screen. Now the very first thing I recommend doing is hitting up App Grid down at the bottom. That grid is set so you've got columns of 4 app icons, which is a bit of a waste of space, especially on the Pixel 8 Pro. You'll definitely want to bump that up to 5x5 as long as your eyesight can handle it. And oh, quick bonus tip, if you do have the Pixel 8 Pro, remember to jump on into the settings and scroll down to display. And inside of this menu, you will find the screen resolution option. And this is actually set to high resolution by default, not making the most of that Quad HD Plus panel. You want to bump that up to full resolution if you want super crispy visuals. This will slightly impact the battery life, but the Pixel 8 Pro's longevity is impressive to say the least. We're talking sting levels of staying power here. That's a reference probably only old uns like me will actually get. And also when you first boot up your Pixel, the background will look probably something similar to this. And I'm not saying that Google's choice of default wallpaper is bad, it's just a bit minerally. But once again, you can quickly and easily change this up by long pressing on the desktop, going to Wallpaper and Style. You can change that wallpaper to anything you like, including images you've downloaded yourself by going to My Photos. Or hey, there are lots of other minerally options if you're really into your rocky formations. We don't judge here on TechSpert. And Android 14 has also added in a fresh new feature, AI Wallpaper. This can actually generate a paper on your behalf if you're bereft of inspiration. You've got to choose a theme. There's only 7 to begin with, but this will hopefully expand over time. I'm going to go for Unexpected Landscape. This basically conjures up a wee sentence down at the bottom. This is what will be used to generate your AI wallpaper, and you can tap on any of the underlined words to change them up from a small selection of different options. So let's go for a surreal swamp in a nice bit of fuchsia. And then tap Create Wallpaper when you're happy. And then bosh, there is our surreal fuchsian swamp. Otherwise, how about a lamp made of rhodochrosite? That's apparently what that would look like. I think I actually prefer a furry one. So yeah, Google's AI Wallpaper feature is rather limited at the moment. I'd rather have the freedom to type in absolutely anything you wanted there. Say for instance, James Corden being violently trampled by a marauding zebra. And then have a paper just straight up generated from that. But as I say, hopefully over time it will expand and improve. And yet another slightly batshit mental wallpaper option is the Emoji Workshop. It's pretty simple stuff, but some people might enjoy it. All you basically do is just type in a whole bunch of random emojis here. I am very much going for a suggestive theme here. And once you've chosen your emoji, up to 14 in total, you could also mix up the patterns and the colors as well. And then when you're happy, just poke this wee tick in the top right corner. Hit Set Wallpaper, choose where you want it, and you're done. And while you're in that Wallpaper and Style menu, you may want to customize your lock screen too. So for instance, just swipe left or right to change the clock face. You could also change up the color and the size of that bad boy. And also don't forget to scroll down a wee bit and change up the shortcuts. You can add up to 2 shortcuts on your lock screen, one in the bottom left corner, one in the bottom right. I like to have the left one set to device controls so I can quickly toggle my lights, etc. And that right one I have set to Do Not Disturb so I can quickly chuck that on if I need to. And also you've got an option here in the lock screen settings, show notifications on the lock screen. You'll want to have that activated if you don't want to be constantly turning your phone on to check to see if you've got any new messages or anything. And lots of other options tucked away in the extra settings, including the ever helpful Now Playing. Incredibly useful if you're an old git like me and you're constantly going, who sings this again? Ugh. And speaking of notifications, Android 14 now offers up an improved alert system. To check this out, dive on into the Pixel 8 or the Pixel 8 Pro settings and go to Notifications. And if you scroll your way down to the bottom, you'll find Flash Notifications. And with this handy tool, you can make the camera flash or the screen blink on every time you receive a message or some other notification. And you can change up the color of the screen flash as well to make it anything that's going to be particularly eye-catching. So now you've got absolutely no excuse for missing anything that pops in. So now let's have a squint at some of the smart Android tools you'll find packed inside of the Pixel 8 and Android 14. Now, one of the more unique and perhaps eccentric exclusive features here on the Pixel 8 Pro model is that temperature sensor, which is stuck away just beneath the camera flash. This is a Pro exclusive. If you've got the regular Pixel 8, you'll see it's conspicuously absent. Now, to actually use this, you'll want to just jump on into the thermometer app here on your Pixel 8 Pro, and then tap Object Temperature. You can use this with the default settings, otherwise if you tap this wee icon down here, you can specify the kind of thing you're trying to take the temperature of. And if you get yourself within around 2 inches of the object, just don't touch it and then hit tap to measure, and away you go. And apparently this isn't to be used as a medical tool, at least not just yet, and it's also only to be used to monitor external temperatures, not internal. So basically, don't shove the Pixel 8 up your arse. Now, live caption is a bloody brilliant feature that comes in handy in loads of different scenarios. So for instance, it's definitely useful when you're watching a video and you either can't hear what people are saying because the background noise is too much, you need to keep the volume down, or you simply need help with some bold twat's accent. But that's not all. These captions can also be used to live translate something if you're watching in a different language in YouTube or other video apps. Just turn on live caption in the usual way by hitting one of the volume buttons and then tapping this wee icon down here which pops up. And as you can see there, it will automatically recognize the language. You'll be asked to download a language pack if it's a language you haven't translated in the past. And then just tap translate to English and boom. And currently you've got a small handful of languages supported, namely French, German, Spanish, Italian and Japanese. And it's a great feature if you're monolingual, like myself, I can barely speak one language. And now with Android 14, you can also live caption a phone call, again with that live translation if you need it. Absolutely brilliant feature. Again, just press the volume button and tap live caption when you're on a call, and away you go. Another nifty feature that will be coming to Android 14 and the Pixel 8 smartphones soon is the summarize article feature. This basically reduces any lengthy diatribe to a few tiny bullet points, so you've got more time to spend on important things like internet porn. So if you're reading something rather wordy in Google Chrome and you're tight on time or you simply can't be asked, just conjure up the Google Assistant and order it to summarize the article. Hey Google, summarize this article. As you can see right now, the response is, sorry, I can't summarize on this device yet, but hopefully in just a couple of months' time that will change once the appropriate update lands. And yet another Pixel 8/Android 14 feature that is well worth checking out is personal safety. Just scroll on down until you see safety and emergency, and then just give open personal safety a wee poke. Now this includes all the usual great features, including car crash detection. If your Pixel 8 reckons you've been in a car crash, it will flash up a notification on the screen, and if you don't respond to it, then it can contact the emergency services. And Google also serves up the excellent emergency sharing feature, so if you find yourself proper in the you can quickly get in touch with your emergency contacts, and the phone will share your real-time location as well so they can come to your aid. And another good one is the safety check feature. This will keep checking in on you, basically. Make sure you're not in any trouble when you're, for instance, walking home alone at night. And if you don't respond, then again, it will get in touch with your emergency contacts. And setting up those emergency contacts nice and straightforward. Just tap the Your Info tab down here at the bottom and set them up right here. And of course, your Pixel 8 smartphone and Android 14 are packed to the tits with excellent privacy features as usual. To explore these, jump into your Pixel 8 or Pixel 8 Pro settings and scroll down until you find security and privacy. You can get a full Google security health check on the go in here, and then if you tap privacy, you've got access to your privacy dashboard. So you can check out exactly what your various apps have been up to, what's been accessing your camera and microphone and other sensitive bits. And also, don't forget, if you've got a Pixel 8 or a Pixel 8 Pro, just jump on into that Google One app. And in here, you'll find the nifty VPN that is built into Google. Just tap Use VPN and that will be activated, and then your location cannot be tracked. Frankly, there's bugger loads of fantastic security and privacy tools stuffed inside of the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro, so definitely have a good old explore, see what you can find. And also, your Uncle Spur, sadly, he ain't getting any younger, kiddies. So not only does my liver ache and my joints are knackered, but my peepers are bollocks too. So thank almighty Google overlords then for the Magnifier tool, which now comes built into Android 14. And this does exactly what you would expect it to do, just blowing up any tiny text and allowing you to more comfortably read it. And in the coming months, we should have even more fantastic new features coming to the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro, including Magic Compose. You can write messages on your behalf if you just can't be arsed. That's seemingly only available to US customers right now. And let's finish up this Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro tips and tricks guide with some hot camera action. Now, perhaps unsurprisingly, most of Google's most recent software changes have been focused on that camera. Now, of course, don't forget all of the old classics like the ability to quick load the camera by double tapping that power button even when the Pixel 8 is hibernating. If you've got yourself the Pixel 8 Pro, you'll find the fresh new Pro controls just by swiping up like so and then tapping Pro. This gives you the option of shooting 50 megapixel resolution images instead of the default 12. You can also now capture RAW images to edit on the fly. As you can see, this captures RAW and JPEG simultaneously. And you've also now got the option of manual lens selection. If you choose that, then you'll notice that the usual zoom controls have been replaced with actual ultra-wide, wide and telephoto options, so you can instantly jump between the three. Now, another one of my favorite Google camera features, if you hop into general, you'll see the top shot feature. If you snap a lot of pics of kids, cats, anything with limbs and free will that's generally a bit unruly, well, that is well worth leaving on, because when you jump into Google Photos, if your pic isn't really the best possible moment, just tap pick a better shot down at the bottom. You can then scrub backwards and forwards in time to try and find a moment that doesn't suck so bad. And don't stress if any of your photos are a bit shonky, because you can sort out even a proper pants pic using Google's excellent editing tools. In Google Photos, just go to Edit, and down here in the bottom left corner, you'll see the fresh new Magic Editor tool. Let's give that a wee tap. And in this, you can do all sorts, including magically moving any people or objects. Just highlight them and then long press. And as you can see, you can drag them about the place. So for instance, you could reposition your family members so it looks like they're standing together, like they actually enjoy each other's company. And once that's processed, you'll notice you've got a few different images to choose from, just with slightly different processing. So for instance, in this first one, this poor lady here looks like she's been separated from her legs, not ideal. But in the second one, much better. So let's go with that one. Tap the tick. And then as usual, you can also erase other people that you don't want in the shot. Just tap the erase button this time. And again, you'll have a few different options that you can flick between. Definitely looking good to me. And another fantastic tool inside of the editing section, if you head to the Tools tab, you'll find the new Best Take option in there. This is really handy when snapping a group shot like this, because guaranteed at least one person in every pic will be looking away, distracted by something, or generally engaged in twattery. So what you need to do is just select the person in the shot who isn't looking at camera, and then as you can see, if you snapped lots of different pics, it will be able to pull out their faces from each of the different shots. So you can choose the one that's the smiliest and also actually looking at the camera. Let's do the same right here. I know, unfortunately, we don't have one with actually looking at the camera, but never mind. And when you got the best possible combination, just hit done. And there you go, that's about as good as it gets. And you'll also find loads of great tools for creating some slick video clips as well. So for instance, say you shot some video in a very noisy location, lots of background murmur, windy, gusty noise, lots of stuff that basically makes the video sound rather cack. Well, never fear. Once again, just dive on into Edit, and then budge along to the Audio tab, and you'll see the fresh new Audio Eraser feature. And as you can see, this can just help to reduce all of that guff in the background. Just tap each of the little sound icons and then budge this wee slider down, and that will reduce the noise in this case and any background music that's going on. But if you are doing any commentary, you'll want to leave the speech on full. And then here's an example of pre and post audio wizardry. And then later in 2023, Google has promised that it will add the fresh new Video Boost feature. Now this will be a Pixel 8 Pro exclusive. You apparently won't be able to get it on the regular Pixel 8. But what that can do is really brighten up and sharpen up your photos when you're shooting in low light. Really looking forward to testing that one out. As I say, hopefully should be here before the end of 2023 via one of those spangly Google updates. And there you have it, my lovelies. That is my full Google Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro tips and tricks guide. Some of the best new bits crammed inside of these Google flagships and also Android 14. A few classics as well, just to get you started with your new Pixel blower if you haven't used one before. Now, it'd be great to hear your thoughts on these Pixel devices, and also if I missed out any of your favorite tools, features, tips and tricks, definitely smash those down in the comments below. Please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a really wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you.